Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Representative. I just have an acknowledgement of a previous comment to you, and that is with regard to the financial interest of the doctor. And that would be, I'm a small business owner. I have a comprehensive financial planning firm. I've been in the financial industry for 20 years. One of the things we tell clients in absence of funding or financing a college education is it costs about $1 million to raise a child. That's one child. So I do absolutely beg to differ with your comment that the doctor has the greatest financial interest here. I believe it's the mother. But with that, I have a question too.
Yeah, if you can answer your question, I'd appreciate it in the essence of time.
Thank you, Chair. So my question is, as a mother, I have 3 girls, and we're doing what we can to have those active discussions and raising our children. We pull in our family, we pull in our religious beliefs, our doctors, whatever we need to do. And in this scenario, I'm looking at a bill that is co-sponsored by 32 men. And for me to suggest to my daughters that this isn't a conversation you can have anymore, that this is a state decision, even though there's about 52% women in here. The majority of the people here are men that are making this decision or this suggestion on behalf of 52% of the population in Ohio. So my question to you is there a reason why you didn't seek out more women that this actually affects in a doctor's office?
Madam Chair, Representative, there are 2 women who are co-sponsors of the bill, and also I will definitely not question the financial burden of the mother to raise a child, but I'd also add there's quite a bit of financial burden of the father, as well as being a father of 4, and so that certainly is that is certainly something that I have to live with every day, as probably many in this room. But I feel very strongly, and those that are involved in this legislation, both women and men involved in this legislation, that this is a live human being, a live baby growing inside of them, and the state has an interest to protect that life.
Representative Ramos.